Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our first technical English lesson for grade 11. The title of our lesson is Teamwork 1, which is the first of two lessons on teamwork. The lesson is on pages 4 and 5 of the course book and on page 4 of the workbook. Look at this picture. Have you ever been to a racing event? What is happening in the picture? Don't worry if you haven't figured it out yet. This video will give you an idea about what's happening in the picture. The video is taken from YouTube. This is the YouTube link to the video. Now, let's watch. I hope the video has given you an idea about what's happening. You will read more about it in this lesson. Our objective is to extract information from a text to label parts of a racing car and equipment. But before we start reading, let's look at some words we will be using in this lesson. We have pit stop crew, mechanic, tire, fuel hose, nozzle, and jack. Pit stop is an occasion when a driver in a motor race stops at the pits. The pits is a place where cars stop for repair, fuel, new tires, and other things. Pit stop crew are a group of people who fix a race car during a race. A mechanic is someone whose job is repairing the engines of vehicles and other machines. This is a tire. Fuel is a material such as coal, gas, or oil that is burned to produce heat or power, like petrol. Fuel hose is a hose used to bring fuel from one point in a vehicle to another or from a storage tank to a vehicle. Nozzle. You can see that nozzle is attached to the hose here to control the fuel or to control the liquid. Jack. Jack is used to raise cars off the ground. Now, let's brainstorm before we read. How many mechanics work in a pit stop crew in a big race? About 4? About 10? About 20? What jobs do they do? List the most important jobs. How long does it normally take a pit stop crew to replace tires and refuel a car in a Formula One race? Write down your answers. You will read an interview with the head of pit stop crew. The interview contains the answers to these questions. Now, go to page 4 of your course book. Read the interview and compare the information from the text with your answers. Also, find the different crews that work in a pit stop. Look at the time strip that runs down the left side of the text here. What does it show? What does the time strip show? It shows the time it takes for the pit stop crew to replace the tires and refuel the car in a pit stop. Now, read the text. Good. Now, let's go back to our questions. How many mechanics work in a pit stop crew in a big race? About 20. Did you get that right? What jobs do they do? They repair, refuel, and change car wheels. And some of the important jobs are adjust air pressure in the tires, bring out new wheels, loosen and tighten nuts, raise cars off the ground and lower cars to the ground. The next question, how long does it normally take a pit stop crew to replace tires and refuel a car in a Formula One race? It takes about 10 seconds. Good. Now, what are the different crews? Let's go to the text. We have the wheel gun team, the wheel jerk team, the fuel team, the wheel off team, and finally the wheel on crew. So there are 5 different crews in a pit stop. Now, let's go to our first task. It's on page 5 of the course book. Label the parts with words from the box here. Flap, hose, jack, nozzle, socket, and wheel gun. Now, let's do number 1 together, and then you do the rest. Number 1 here is the wheel gun. Now, pause the video and try to complete the task. Now, let's check our answers. Number 2 is the jack. This should be very easy. Number 3 is the hose. And number 4 is, of course, the nozzle where the fuel leaves the hose. And number 5 is the flap. Flap is a material fixed along one edge used for covering or closing something. So this is the tank flap for covering the tank. And finally, we have the socket. Now, it's time to do the exercise in the workbook on page 4. Now, open your course books to page 4. It's really an interesting exercise. You will like doing it. Now, it says, look at the pictures and complete the crossword puzzle. What is the vertical word? Here, you can have a word here, so you need to find out what is this. Good. Now, we will do the first one together, and I will give you time to do the rest and find the vertical word. So number 1, you've seen this, is the socket. So we write socket there. Now, pause the video and try to complete it and find the vertical word. Okay, let's check our answers. Number 2, is the nozzle. And we write here, nozzle. Number 3, 4 letters, flap, for covering the tank. Number 4, mechanic. So we write there. Number 5, of course, we've seen this before, the wheel gun. So we have wheel gun here. Number 6, 4 letters, hose. We have hose here. And number 7, yes, it's people. It's crew, like a team. Crew. And finally, number 8 is pretty easy, jack. Now, the vertical word is teamwork. Very good. Now, let's wrap up our lesson. We've read an interview about the pit-stop crew. We've seen a clear example of the importance of teamwork. Can you mention some benefits of teamwork? Why is teamwork important? Teamwork is efficient work. Efficient means working or operating quickly and effectively in an organized way. Teammates learn from each other. Teamwork promotes strong working relationship. Now think of more benefits of teamwork. This is the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in our next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.